everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're not. So for today's video I have a foundation review. It's something that I love to watch, foundation reviews on YouTube, but I don't do them on my own channel for whatever reason. It's something that I realised recently, so I want to start doing them. So I'm going to start with foundations that I already own. Firstly, so that I can share what I like and what I don't like about the products that I have, but also for myself, because I have a bunch of foundations but I tend to kind of reach for the same ones over and over again. So I want to push myself to try other foundations that I have and don't use, and also not just to try them but to actually test them and really take note of them. The kind of foundation reviews that I especially love to watch are like the first impression style ones, where they do like a wear test throughout the day. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So it'll be similar to the style that like Samage does, or It's Judy Time, or the Taylor. And the Taylor actually just finished another 15 days of foundation series, where she does a foundation first impression every single day for 15 days, and then she does a wrap-up video at the end ranking them. And then outside of that she does one every Friday as well, so definitely check her out. She's been a big inspiration for this. Now just before we get started, just to let you know, I have an oily skin type and I have a lot of acne scarring. Whether you can see it under the lights or not, I do have like a lot of little marks. So it can be kind of hard for me to spot conceal because there's just a lot of little marks. So I tend to go for something with good coverage. So that's the kind of foundation that I like. I like good coverage and also oil controlling. So that's enough rambling, let's get into the foundation. So for today I'm doing the L'Oreal True Match foundation. I have it in the shade Golden Beige, and on a day-to-day basis this is a little bit too dark for me. At the moment I have a little bit of Sally Hansen tan on, so it should work for today. This is a cult favourite for a lot of people. Some people have claimed that is full coverage for them. From the one or two times that I have tried it and tried mixing it and stuff, I found that it's kind of more medium coverage on me, just because I like a full coverage. I don't like to be able to see anything coming through. So I have nothing on my face except a little bit of under eye concealer and a tinted eye base on my eye as well. And the brush that I'm going to be using is the Real Techniques buffing brush. So I've just pumped some out onto a palette, so I'm picking it up from there, and we'll just go straight in. Colour seems good. And actually so far the coverage is better than I remember. See, this is why it's good for me to like really inspect the foundations that I have and the products that I have, because sometimes you just try things quickly and you kind of don't get a proper good first impression. It's blending really nicely as well. So for me this is as far as one pump gets me, so I'm going to pump out kind of a half a pump to finish off this cheek area, and then I'll go back in and add more where I need it, if I need it. So this is it with one layer. So I used a pump and a half. And I do find that it has decent coverage. I think it's a strong medium though. For me it's not a full, but I will add a little bit more and see if we can build it up to full. So I'm going to go over the areas that I have my little acne scarring, and also where I have a little bit of kind of redness and discoloration on my chin. I'm then just going to pick some up on a smaller brush and use that. I just have one blemish that's nearly gone, that's coming through there, and I have a little small one that's just appearing on the end of my nose. And so here I have added that little bit extra over those areas on my cheek where I need it, and I think it definitely does build up to full, but for me it doesn't start off as a full, it starts off as a strong medium. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the NYX Full Coverage Concealer. This is in 04 Beige, and just go under my eyes and blend it in with the foundation a little bit better. The little bit of concealer that I had on already, just a little bit light for this foundation. And I'm not taking that like right down and up onto the cheekbone as I would often do if I'm like highlighting with a concealer. I'm just concealing my darkness, because we want to see as much of the foundation as we can. So as I said, I have an oily skin type, so I always set my foundation. So I'm going to set my foundation now. I'll just do a light layer though, I won't try and pack on too much. So I'll use my everyday powder, which is the Rimmel Stay Matte translucent powder, and I'll just lightly set all over. So this is it now set. I don't feel like it lasts too much coverage, but I think it lasts a little bit once it's kind of mattified down. I can see some of the little pigmentation showing through a little bit, but nothing major, so we'll leave it as it is. And I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I will be back. So I'm back with the rest of my makeup on. I did film a tutorial on this. It's like a 60s makeup. So I will have that linked in a card if you'd like to check that out. And at this point I've had the foundation on for about an hour and a half because I did spend a bit of time filming that video. So this is how it looks after an hour and a half. I'll insert some pictures as well. And so far so good. I don't have any shine coming through. The coverage is still there, and my face like blush and contour and stuff, that all blended really easily over it. So I finished applying the foundation at about 12:30, and as I say, it's been on for about an hour and a half. It's 2 o'clock now. So I will do a check-in during the day to see how it's wearing about halfway, and then check in tonight for a final update. And I'll try and take it to like between 8 and 10 hours, but we'll see how my evening goes. So I will see you later in the day. So I'm back for a checkup. It is now 5:30 in the evening. So it's been 5 hours since I first applied it, but like 3.5 hours since you last saw me. And I have to say, so far I'm impressed. I'm just starting to see a little bit of shine on my forehead and on my nose, but nothing major at all, nothing that makes me feel like I need to powder or blot or anything. And those are areas that I normally get oily, as well as kind of the inner portion of the cheeks next to the nose. But so far there's not much showing up there. All over it's just kind of a satin finish. So there's a little bit of a sheen there, but nothing that would look oily or shiny. And for me, I normally get a lot of gathering in my smile lines with foundation. Now it has only been 5 hours, but it looks pretty good so far. There's very minimal gathering there. Coverage wise, I feel like it's worn away a little bit. I've lost a little bit of coverage on my cheek areas, but again, nothing major, and I can still see my blush and contour and my little bit of highlight. I just have very subtle highlight on anyway. So yeah, so far so good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it will be like at the end of the night. So I will see you then. Okay, so I'm back for my final check-in. It is now 9:30, so I've been wearing the foundation for 9 hours now. And you might be able to tell that since the last time I checked in, I have gotten a little bit shinier. So I am oily right the way across my forehead, all on my nose and a little bit on my cheeks. And for my skin, for 9 hours without blotting or powdering or anything, this is pretty good, especially because on a normal wear day I would blot or powder if I was feeling a little bit shiny. So I wouldn't even get to this point if I was trying to keep my makeup touched up. And I can still see my cheek products, so it held on to those products really well. On this side I feel like it's gotten like a little bit patchy. Maybe not so much on this side, but it has obviously started to wear away a little bit more. It's rubbed off a little bit around my nose, but I do remember at some stage, I can't remember what I did, but I did wipe my nose and I thought, oh, I probably wiped my foundation, so that's only natural. But I think what impresses me maybe most for my skin is my smile lines. Most foundations at this stage would be well creased in there, whereas there's just a little bit of kind of caking or gathering along the edges. It doesn't look that bad. And that, along with coverage and oil control, is something that I battle with. But I think this has been one of the best foundations that I've found in that respect. And this is without a primer too. I didn't use any primer whatsoever. So I'm sure even the little bit of gathering that's there could be controlled with like a pore filling primer or a bit of eyeshadow primer. So all in all, guys, I'm giving this 2 thumbs up. It has good coverage, it's definitely buildable, it's fairly oil controlling, and it's also fairly resistant to creasing, which is a big plus for me. So I am impressed with this one, especially for an affordable foundation too. Alright guys, that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know if you also like foundation reviews and if you have any requests for foundations to review. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think would also enjoy it. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, then subscribe if you'd like to. So thanks again guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!